All right, so we're jumping straight into the next presenter, which is Stuart Walter, all about sports performance. So take it away, Dale.
Thank you. Thanks, Trish. Thanks, John. This is awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. Hey, look, I'm starting with this slide for one reason. There's the results. Okay, I'm a specialist peak performance hypnotherapist, have been now for 15 years. Welcome to my two passions, sport and hypnosis. The power that we all have as practitioners, I'm just kind of including everyone in this whole group of hypnotherapists, that we got incredible tools, incredible resources that we can use to help people transform their lives. And when you look at these end results, these are all my clients. We've got international rugby league players, we've got 3-time world Ironwoman champions, we've got international ballet, ballerinas, I've got bull riders over in the States in the PBR circuit. If you have a look towards the middle there, Lionel Messi, one of the greatest soccer players in the world. Well, next to him is one of my clients, Martin Braithwaite. You've got Usain Bolt, fastest runner in the world. Next to him, we've got Alex Hartman, Australian. If you look at the Olympics we've just had, Owen Wright, down the bottom in the middle, Olympic bronze medalist with surfing. 5 years ago, he was basically wiped out in Fiji, major head trauma, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, had to learn how to do that again. And here we are 5 years later with his Olympic bronze medal. Directly above me, that way, a more mirror reversed, Brittany Broban. She was a 15-year-old that went over to 2012 Olympics, 10-meter platform diver, smashed it out at the age of 16. She changed over there. And look, this is the incredible results we've got. This is all here for you and available for you. And this is what I love doing. So I'm just going to run through this presentation. I'm going to come in and out of it and describe a lot more, explain a lot more in detail. Let's give it a crack. Elite athletes, they spend 4 to 6 hours a day, 6 days a week for one event that may last 10 seconds every 4 years. How do they get in that zone? How do they get to that level that instantly they can switch on? See, these athletes for how many years? 10, 12, 14 years they've been training. How do they get into that zone? They're not leaving success to chance. What they do is they look towards the edge. They're looking to find the edge in their sport. Okay, and I'm going to run through quite a lot of this stuff. Okay, but bear with me. I'm going to go fast, just like my athletes do. I'm passionate about this stuff. I love this stuff. And if everyone wants to, get on board. Now, you may not be in this peak performance niche, but as individual practitioners, you are still business owners. So you have to understand yourselves as a practitioner, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. All these tools and resources the elite athletes have are exactly the same as entrepreneurs have. And you're finding more and more now, the elite athletes are becoming more like a business entrepreneur. You're finding more business entrepreneurs are becoming more like athletes. They're starting to create their own business from sport. So can you. Right, let's get going. So, why me? Why me to help you? I'm there to help these athletes enter the secret weapon. Now, Olympic diver, Olympic silver medalist, Brittany Brogan, she was interviewed and said, you've remained so calm throughout the whole of the Olympic Games. You've got the biggest platform in the world, the biggest stadium in the world. You're 10 meters up. You've got incredible fears. Yet at the age of 16, how do you manage this? What's your secret? And she said, I'm not telling anyone about my secret weapon. So that's how it stuck. So this is me. This is my sport. This is my business. I was state and national Taekwondo champion in the lead up to the Sydney 2000 Olympics. Unfortunately, just before the Sydney 2000 Olympics, the end of 99, went to a Christmas party. Someone brought out a soccer ball, 10-foot tall, bulletproof, black belt, and basically went to kick the ball, gripped on my leg. I pivoted, the knee didn't. So bang, ACL, medial meniscus, that was the end of my sporting career. But what got me to the top within my sport was, as everyone goes towards their mother. But my mum just happened to be a naturopath and hypnotherapist. I was talking to her about managing nerves and getting in that right performance state. And as I did that, and typical of our clients, can't believe that you sit there and close your eyes from there and blah, 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 blah. How can this make a difference? tell you what, the next day I was 10 foot tall, bulletproof, and it was just an incredible sensation. The difference I had within my sport and within me, just incredible. And that obviously then leads to, as you'd all know as practitioners, if you've got an issue in relationships or life or finances or business, everything runs in parallel. Whenever there's a blockage in one, there's going to be showing up somewhere else. And this is what I did. So with working with sport, it's amazing how my business flourished, how my relationships flourished by being that clear and that focused on everything that was happening. Okay, so my clients name me the athlete seeker weapon. I'm a world leader in sports and performance hypnosis, NLP. I use the combination of both, but there's also a lot of fast track resources, tools, processes that I've created for myself, for my athletes, for myself, to help me to get the best that I can be to help them. So this is not about helping the clients. This is about helping yourself. Okay, you've all heard it, help yourself to the clients. That's what it's like, because you've got to get to the same level. Now, I've got currently 39 world champions I work with, or have worked with. Okay, international speaker on peak performance. I did a lot of seminars, a lot of workshops. I'm not sure if you can all hear these beeps and buzzers coming through, but they're all people entering and leaving rooms. I'm an international speaker. Oh, that's what I just said. So, author of the Dear Diary process. I'll explain that a little bit later. And this is my gift to you at the end. Everyone will get a copy of this ebook, the ebook version of the Dear Diary process. Okay, so 15 years of practice. I've been doing this now 15 years. Practice, yeah, probably. I won't say I've got it right any time, but we're pretty damn close. Okay, so let's get this thing moving. I'll kick in these little pop-ups over the top of my little page movie on-y thing. There we go. Okay, so welcome to my two passions. Okay, hypnosis for peak performers. Okay, this is it, sports, business. My passion, hypnosis. As I said before, the incredible abilities we've got, we may as well use. Now, as a practitioner, you're going to be requiring this. Okay, what I find, there's a lot of practitioners out there in my associations and people I've met. You've got to have a real passion for what you do. Okay, if you're in working with cancer, working with smokers, working with overweight people, working with trauma, working with anxiety, when you've got that real passion for it, the job's half done. Your clients will pick up on that, they'll absorb it, and bang, the job's half done. How much of this is a psychological thing? How much is almost a placebo effect? When you believe in yourself, when you believe in your training, trust that journey you're on, it's becoming magnetic. This is what I love about our profession, our industry. It's so different. If you don't have that passion for it, find that passion in your niche market. Okay, if you're doing everything for everyone, if you're working on smoking and weight loss and something else and business, I suggest just bring it all back, one central focal point, because you're going to get the other stuff anyway. It's amazing how many corporate teams I've got and how many individual entrepreneurs I've got, because like I said before, they're becoming closer and closer. And the way our brains work, as we know, everyone is pushing the limits. Everyone wants more, but sometimes more is actually less. By doing less, you're going to get more out of these people. Okay, they've got to have the ability to be able to inspire your athletes. Okay, you've got to be able to not just look at their goals, but push them towards bigger goals. Because we know motivation is only possible when you have direction. So it's amazing how many people go, oh, I'm lost, I'm stuck. Guess what? Look down. If you can see your feet, you're not stuck, you're not lost. Okay, it's just that you don't know where you're going. So when you find that real passion, that mission that you're going to take, it's just incredible how things just come to you. It really is. And over the last 18 months with COVID, it's just been incredible. I won't say I've never been as busy, but never been as effective, never as efficient. The quality of clients, and this is a great thing about what we do, we can go online anywhere now. My marketplace has opened up to 60% around the rest of the world, because athletes have been locked down in the US, they've been locked down in the UK, they've been locked down around Europe. Guess what? They can't go to the local person, they go online and boom, guess what? They'll find you. So when you are in this space, you've got to be able to hold that space for these people. These athletes are pushing the limits of mind and body, and they need someone who's able to be there to really support them, guide them, encourage them. And I'll always say to athletes, look, I'll get you a certain place, and guess what? Then I'm going to hop back behind you. You keep going, and guess what? I'm going to be right behind you. If you don't need me, I'm still right behind you. So this is a great ability we've got, that when you work with people, you get the results. Then you're there to support them, encourage them on the journey and the way through. You've got to be able to help yourself, develop yourself, okay? I put my hand up. 90 minutes a day I spend on myself. My exercise, my reading, my ongoing training, watching YouTube videos, watching sport. And if anyone loves sport, great. Put your feet up, watch a movie about sport. Watch a sport, watch a race, watch a game, listen to the commentators. Okay, golf, I think, is probably the most boring game to watch, but guess what? I love listening to the commentators. They give you all the points that you need as a practitioner. Oh, they must be thinking this, or they must be getting nervous. Oh, look at them, you can see them choking. Oh, their body language has changed. Guess what? They're giving you the tools. They're giving you exactly the direction you need to go. And also, you've got to look at these athletes. You have to be living a balanced life. You have to be confident within yourself, comfortable within yourself. You have to be perceived as the person to go to. And I tell you what, you've got to be resilient, because this is a tough gig. Okay, this is a tough one. Okay, we've just got a little message that's popped up here. I'm just going to move everything across. For some reason, little messages are popping straight up in front of my page moving. Now, the benefits with working with peak performers, with athletes, with even entrepreneurs, you're going to have ongoing client programs. Okay, as an example, for me, I've got my initial competitive edge program, which is 4 sessions, each about a week apart. From there, I then roll them into a bronze, silver, or a gold program, depending on the requirements, depending on the needs, depending on the budget. Bronze, silver, or gold program. How's that for implied suggestion? Which one do you want to achieve? Boom, you've just locked them into a contract. You've got consistent clients coming through. You've got the ability to travel. I've been around the world. I presented in New Zealand, in London. I've got clients in Europe. Guess what? We'll fly you over. Come and work with us. Fly back. Spend a week over there. It is incredible, the job satisfaction. And this is what I was saying before about finding that niche market. When you've got a niche market and you love doing it, it's not like work. You're getting paid potentially incredible amounts of money to work with these people. Think about that. As I say to people, I retired 15 years ago. I'm doing what I love doing, and guess what? I'm getting paid really well to do it. You get to attend sporting events anywhere around the world. You go to training events. Okay, I work with a lot of race car drivers from Europe, the Porsche Super Cup. We've got Indy Lights, Indy Pros. We've got Australian V8 races, Carrera Cup, Sprint Challenge races. Guess what? On the weekends, I'm in the pits with them. I'm doing laps around Phillip Island and as a hot seat. This is an incredible connection that you can create if you're really looking for that performance area. And again, looking at your own niche market, if it's not performance, you've got to start looking at yourself as the peak performer within this business. You've got to start pushing the limits of mind and body, and we have the resources and tools to do that. And I'll share some of them with you. Self-satisfaction, for me, there's nothing better. I'm sitting there watching the Olympics. I've got tears coming down going, I know the backstories of these people that have just achieved a medal. They've just got a PB. They're representing the country. That's the reward. Again, as I said, you can reach anywhere in the world with this. You have an incredible scope. It's not just looking in half an hour to see who's going to come towards you in that little half-hour circle around your house or your office. But now with the Zoom, and it's incredible, the difference. I started doing online stuff probably 12 years ago was the earliest one. And it was all via Skype, and it was really, you know what Skype is like, and it's all over the place. It was really difficult. Now with Zoom, you can record the sessions, you get the information. It's just incredible. And financially rewarding if you've done it the right way. This is not about charging $100 or $200 per session. This is about that these people are the best in the world. They've got their whole happiness, health, love, financial, safety, security on the line for that one moment. People expect specialist prices. People kind of shake their heads sometimes when I say, well, this is how much it is, because you sell the benefits. Then all of a sudden they go, well, that's cheap. Sure, no worries. That's 3,000 US for the program. That's for the 4 sessions. So think about what you want to achieve within your business. Okay, people expect higher prices when you're a niche leader, one of the best in the world. Then when you've got people like I do, some professional golfers, guess what, golfers, you've only got to be in the top 50 in the world and you're on $1 million a year. If you've got a golfer, as I do, that have got they're coming up through the junior rankings, just turning professional. If you're working with them and you do this as a pro bono to go, hey, look, I believe in myself. I believe in you as an athlete. I believe in the systems and processes to help you get to that point. When you get them to that point, just go, what's it worth to you? Okay, most of the time they'll say 10%. Think about that. $1 million a year, 10%, there's $100,000. They may not have got the $1 million without you. It's all about mindset. Think about that. There's nothing stopping you because it takes just as much work and they're going, hang on, I've got $90,000. Oh, sorry, what is it? What are we talking about? They got $900,000 for the work you've done with them. Would they have got there otherwise? They don't know. So this is an incredible journey that you've got. And then you start evolving like I have into the entrepreneurial world. I've got clients that are going to be turning over $250 million next year. Think about business coaches. You are a mindset coach. Think about business coaches. They're charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month to support people. And all they're doing is think of a happy place. Here's some systems, follow them, read this book, do as I say. Let's start thinking and leveraging at a much higher level because it's all there for you. It is rewarding. Now, on saying that, so I'm seeing all these little messages, really appreciate them. Thank you. I'm going to see if I can move that chat across to there. There we go. Now, it all sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Right. Disadvantages. They don't come looking for you. These athletes do not come looking for you. They are looking for sports psychologists. They don't want to be seen as mentally soft. They don't want to know that there's a problem. They don't want to be recognized. They will only find you through someone else referring them on, which is not very often. Second point, they do not refer. If you found the edge in your sport and all of a sudden you're winning championships, would you go tell your opposition? No. I've got athletes in major Australian teams. I work with an individual. They've consistently had player of the match, player of the match, player of the series. So can you introduce me to your coach? No. Why not? It's not fair for me. I said, why not? Well, if I'm achieving this level, I'm going to get paid at this level. If everyone's achieving this level and we're winning a premiership, I'm only going to get average pay. I've got to look after myself, Stu. Think about it. And those athletes have got their financial and their physical future they have to worry about. They may not be able to play past 30 years old. So they've got to earn while it's there. And speaking of that, not many athletes have got the funds. So you've got to be flexible. You've got to have different levels of programs. I've got an online program that athletes can go to get the step, to get the results, to get the level, to earn the money that then they can invest in a greater program. You have to be familiar with hypnosis, with your hypnosis processes. Now, what happens with hypnosis processes for elite athletes? Some of the work that you do, some of the processes that you would do as a natural practitioner, they're not going to be effective within a typical elite performer's mindset. With what they want to come in and go, right, as I leave here, I'm going to perform the best I've ever performed. That's what they expect. They don't want to go back in the past. They don't want to go back to root cause. They don't want to understand why the coach was yelling at them at the age of 7 years old. They just want to leave you and go straight out and perform at the best they've ever done, because that's the expectation you're going to have to sell to them. Okay, and this is the dilemma. You've got to push their beliefs. You've got to lift them up. You've got to motivate them and inspire them, but you've also got to be realistic with the results they're going to get. So it's a very interesting balance that we've got. So many of the traditional methods, we've all heard parts integration. A part of me wants to, a part of me doesn't. Right, let's bring them all together. Now, for an elite athlete, we got to do the opposite. Part separation. Okay, write that one down. Parts separation. Who is the person? Who is the athlete? Because the traits are so different. the personal traits that I've got. I mean, Trish knows me. There's probably quite a few people out there listening that know me as a person. You wouldn't expect me as a fighter. I don't like conflict. I keep myself fit so I can run away from an argument. That's what I do. But when I'm cornered, look out. You have to get into that right headspace. And this is exactly how I created it for myself. Now, this was my sport. Okay? Black belt, Stuart Walter, Yun Hop, Taekwondo. I had a 6 by 6 meter square mat that I stepped onto by choice to face someone in front of me who was trained to kill me. Now, being good at sport, fast, strong, and flexible, that's who I was, but I didn't have that killer instinct. I needed it. How would you get them into that peak state? Right, what's important? And what I did for myself is go, family's important to me. So I took a photo, laminated it, sewed it in the back of my jacket. Went, right, that person in front of me is going to kill my family. And I'm the only one in between. Okay, you've just had that instant switch, haven't you? You felt that? In my sport, 3 by 3 minute presentation, 3 by 3 minute rounds. I didn't train for 9 minutes. I trained for 30 seconds. In, out, smash, knockout, gone. I couldn't afford to hang around for 9 minutes if someone's going to kill my family. It's all about peak state of performance. So whether this is in your business, how do you separate the person from the practitioner? How do you separate the practitioner from the individual? Okay. How do you then break that apart? So think about the person that you are. Think about the practitioner you need to be. Not just the practitioner, but the business person, the entrepreneur. You've got all these different components that we can do and we can switch. So next thing is those traditional methods we're talking about. Like I said, the parts integration, anchoring. I'll teach you. For those who have done anchoring, this is where you apply it. Anchoring is capturing emotions. And guess what? If you can capture the right emotions, you have, my friend, got the results. You have got the incredible abilities to apply this knowledge. Okay? This is what happens when people see us. This is what happens. 15-year-old, well, the cameras are wrong. Okay, 15-year-old Olympic diver, Brittany Broden, silver medalist. That's what happened. Owen Wright recently in the Olympics. Let me read this. Truly the underdog story. I hope you're fired up about your methods, because that was living proof right there that this works. Trophy in each hand. Okay, if you go back to the original screenshot that I have of images, Owen standing there like this. Oh, look, there he is right there. Owen standing there like this as he's getting his medal. That's the visualization of holding up the trophy. That's holding up the life in his bucket. That's happiness, health, love, and wealth all overflowing into what he's wearing, which is that medal. This is the visualization we do. It's just incredible. Medal symbolizing pure joy and my best is the overarching direction I'm headed. Big thanks from my heart, mate. Hopefully this inspires kids to reach for the highest point. Couldn't have inspired them without you, mate. Think about the influence that we have. My mission is to change the way people think, believe, behave, and communicate in a way that inspires others. What I have done here is my mission is complete. I work with Owen. He's getting out there. He's inspiring the young kids. Guess what? That's my mission. But it's also creating an incredible life for myself, my wife, and my son. That's what's number one. In doing it is doing this. Working with these incredible people. Okay, what's my approach? So I'm just having a look at some of the notes. Awesome. Thank you. Part separation, wonderful. Yeah, that part separation is absolutely critical. And the anchoring we're going to get to. I'm just kind of cautious of time. Trish said very fairly and very nice of her that she's going to give me 4 hours. So I really appreciate it, Trish. Right, what's my approach? Peak performance state. That is critical. Okay, it's like an athlete. When you switch on, bang, you've got to be here. Look, like for me, when I stepped on that mat, I needed to be a killer. When I stepped off it, I didn't like who I was on the mat. I had to switch, and it's got to be quick. When you've got an athlete, you've got to switch. As soon as they step on the white line to hop on the field, they've got to be in it. Think of Stage hypnosis. Okay, and I use this all the time. You go to a stage hypnosis show, they've got a whole group of people, they'll pull a bikie out of the crowd with leathers, tats, denim, you name it, and that's just the women. Bring them all out, get them on stage, and you go, right, when you hear this music, you're going to become a ballerina. So guess what? They're prancing around on stage, no skills, no abilities, no talents, but they're in there. Pure belief within themselves that they are a ballerina. Now, what is the difference? I ask you, what is the difference of me pulling a ballerina out of the crowd, putting her on stage? When you hear this music, you will be the best in the world. You will use your skills. You will leap higher, taller, faster, quicker, more graceful than you've ever done before. Exactly the same process. So use every tool and resource you've got to make this happen. I'll get to that peak performance state and I'll show you how to actually do it. The target is quite simple, okay? You cannot score without a target. Think of shooting, think of archery. Think of the World Cup with soccer, take the goals away. What do you got? You got two teams of 11 people kicking the ball at each other. For what reason? No reason. There's no motivation, there's no drive, there's no nothing. There's a lot of protection. It's like, oh, we can't win this anyway, so why bother? When you have a goal, when you have a target, this is what creates the internal motivation. Now, when I find athletes, and Brittany Broban was a classic example, okay? Brittany was a classic example. She said, I want to go to the Olympics. I went, cool, go buy a ticket. Go and sit in the stadiums. She goes, no, I actually want to compete. I went, that's different. Where do you want to get to? I just want to do my best. What is your best? You don't know. Okay. I want to get in the semis. Then what? I want to get in the finals. Then what? I want to get in the podium. Which one? You got 3 steps. Choose one. She went, gold. I went, good. What's your backup plan? She said, I thought about going to TAFE and I thought about doing a business qualification. I went, no, your backup plan, girl. Slap, slap, slap. Olympic silver medal. Oh, what's your backup plan after that? Bronze. What's your backup plan? 4th. Got it. People only have a plan B if they don't believe in plan A. So give them a plan A and then give them a second plan A and then a third plan A. Okay? Don't start compromising. If they think, oh, I just want to be number 1 in the state. Guess what? If you look at the 4 by 50 meter or 4 by 100 meter freestyle for women at the Olympics, the top 6 Australians, well, it's hard to see, the top 6 Australians had a faster time than the first American. The top 4 of those 6 live in Queensland. 2 of them live in the same house, the Campbell sisters. Think about it. You're not even the fastest in your own home. So when you start thinking about what people are achieving in life, we've got to start pushing and really getting them. Okay, that's where the motivation is going to pop up. Now, managing fears, doubts, and nerves. We all understand that fears. We all know what fears are. They're all potential. It's your unconscious mind protecting you from potential hurt, potential harm, physically and emotionally. Guess what? Every athlete does that every time they step out. There's going to be an element of fear. And then provide tools. So this is pretty much, if you look at those 4, that's my 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th session. Peak performance state. Setting the target. What are you there to do? Then we're going to start getting a bit of movement. Then if it's typical of any athlete, what they're going to do is start having this fear, pushing back. You would think most athletes have got a fear of failure, correct? No, they don't. They got a fear of success. Athletes have got a fear of success. What if I am successful? What if I can't hold it? What if I'm no good at public speaking when I get interviewed? What if I have to do it all again? What if I don't make the next team? What if my private life, my personal life is suddenly opened up to the world? There is a fear of success, and it is incredible with athletes. Okay, let's move on. Right. How good does that look? That's how my clients. Now, for those who know anchoring, guess what? When the helmet goes on, bang, you're in the zone. How do we set that up? With the swimming goggles. Okay, that's how my athletes do their sessions. So guess what? As soon as the helmet goes on, what's the last thing most motor racers do when they're hopping in the car? It's the helmet. As soon as they do that, post-hypnotic suggestion the crap out of it. When you get this, you will be relaxed. You will sit in the car. You will feel it. It's almost like you're part of the car. You're just purely mechanical now. There's no thinking, no analyzing, just reaction, responding, reacting, responding. And we wire this up. We load this up. Okay, you've got pen and paper there. Write down these 5. The most relaxed you've ever been. The most relaxed you are. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean to be in the sporting arena. This could be at home, in the bath, with friends, watching a movie, on the couch, sitting near the beach. The most relaxed. The best result. So number 1, most relaxed. Number 2, best result you've ever had in sport. Okay, necessarily the best result. That may not be a first. It might be they've come from second last to second. It might have come from last to third. Number 1 is what? Most relaxed. Number 2, best result. Number 3 is the, how are we going? Yeah, number 3, and when we go. So I just saw some comments. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Geraldine. Most relaxed, best result, best experience in your sport, best experience. Okay, remember we're doing this in business, so it could be performance. Best experience. Now, this could be going to an Olympic Games. This could be meeting a world champion. This could be your first ever drive, your first ever swim. Best experience. So we've got the most relaxed, best result, best experience. Number 4, the most challenging experience you've ever had. The most challenging experience in life. Something that you can look back on and say, you know, that defined me. Because I'm looking at here now and I'm looking back to my past and go, look, I wouldn't have been here without it. Got that one? So think about these emotions that we're building up. The most relaxed. Best ever result. To get your best ever result probably means that you're in the zone. Okay. For an athlete, getting in the zone is the most incredible experience you will ever have. As an athlete, it's also the most frustrating because you spend the rest of your life trying to get into that state. Guess what? As a practitioner, we can create this. Most relaxed. Guess what? Relaxed muscle, fast muscle, relaxed muscle, strong muscle. Best ever experience probably says you're in the zone at that time. Best ever result. Same. Most challenging experience. So guess what? When athletes now start going, oh, I'm feeling a bit challenged, guess what? I've already overcome that. And I use this everywhere when I'm sitting there doing my presentations, guess what? Oh, my belt sits directly above the shelf. So I see this and go, you know, 7 years, pain, bruising, competition, sweat, absolute devastation. I get through that and go, what can hit me in business? So what? It's a little bit slow one day. Not a problem. Okay, someone's emotionally attacking me. That's okay. That's what we do. Most challenging experience. Number 5, what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve in your sport. This is where you start pushing. Oh, I want to get an Olympic gold medal. That's good. So what are you going to do after Paris 2024? Oh, go again. Great. We're going to Los Angeles next time. Right. So you're going to defend your title. Then what? Okay. Bang. 2032 Brisbane Olympics. Wouldn't that be great to retire in front of your home crowd with a 3rd gold medal? Okay. Get them towards that. The other thing is take that moment and go, right. Imagine yourself, drop them into a nice deep state and just imagine yourself what that's going to be like. Just close your eyes and just imagine standing on that podium. You got the weight of that medal around your neck. Whoops, where is it? There it is. The weight of the medal around your neck. What that feels like. And then you hear it. And for those Australians, you all know that. Got it? You play that on the CD player, you anchor that emotion, you have got them. Okay, if you're Kiwi, use this one. Sorry. I cracked myself up. So capture these emotions. The most relaxed you've ever been, the best ever result, the best experience in sport, the most challenging experience, and future pacing them. Capture those emotions. Okay, anchor those. And then you trigger it. That's where it triggers to the goggles, to the helmet going on, the face mask coming down. For my, I know they look like penguins having a chat, but they're actually golfers. That's me on the course talking to a golfer. Okay, now that lion, on that first slide, I show you a slide of the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs NRL player. That's Sam Perrott. I worked with him. Kiwi guy, world champion team in NRL. And he said, because he's a very religious man, he doesn't have tattoos, he doesn't swear, he doesn't drink. He should be disowned by the NRL. He doesn't fit in there. And he's a really nice guy. But he said, who I need to be on the field, Stu? He said, I want to be like a black maned lion. There's that black maned lion. See the focus? See the prowling? Now, all we did some research. And I said, you research, you give me the traits of that lion, and we're going to integrate that. So as soon as you step on the field, bang, we're in there. And you could see his game. He's on the wing. He's watching the ball. He's watching. As soon as someone comes up, he just runs out. He breaks it. But he just doesn't tackle them. You can see him, claws and all. He'll take them down and bang, throw them over the sideline. So think about what you can instill in these athletes, bang, instantly. And as soon as they come off the field, they're back to the normal selves. We have incredible skills, and it's all at that deep level. And the quicker and the faster, the easier it works. Unreal. Now, target. How good does that look? When you have it, oh, I was going to say I'm going to move in there, but I'll disappear out of the screen. How cool is that? Okay, so when you're focused on a target, guess what? Have a look at your eyes. Okay, where you are, if you're looking at anything else, everything else is coming towards that central target. Once you've got a target, then it's a matter of managing the nerves, managing the doubts. When you've got a target, you can hit it. You've got something to aim for. When asked why athletes never achieve their potential, simple answer. The only reason people don't, or athletes, business people, performers, okay, the only reason they don't, fear. Fear is that one thing stopping us. For athletes, okay, everyone write it down, because this is going to be in your business as well. Your existing results equal your potential. So your existing results equal your potential minus your fear. Your existing results equal your potential minus your fear. So what do we do as practitioners? Minimize fear. Where does that get us? Closer to your potential. Simple equation. And you just simply ask an athlete, what's your potential? Okay. Where are you at now? Bang. The difference is fear. Fear of success, fear of failure. But fear is a wonderful thing. We've all seen fear. How does it show up? How does it present itself? No, I'm not nervous. Sure. Okay. Do you second guess yourself? Yep, all the time. Do you overanalyze? Yep, all the time. Do you self-sabotage? Yep. Do you get sick? Yep. Sure. Fear responses. Minimal action. The last one. Average goals. That's what slows people down, because, oh, it's amazing how many incredible people are fighting to be average. Think about it in business. How many people are fighting to be average so they don't stand out? Okay. Simple. Double the goals. Do it in half the time. It takes just as much energy. Okay. My favorite. What happens when we have a target, so we know what we want to achieve, and we manage fear? Who wants to see this? Now I'm going to stop sharing this because I'm going to draw all over my wall. All right. Why can't I see? I've got to get speaker view, gallery view. There we go. Oh, full screen. Sorry, just bear with me one moment. Man on computer. What could happen? It's multitasking at its best. Cool. Right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about what happens when we manage nerves, doubts, and fears. Right. Okay. It's not, I'm drawing on the wall. Hey, look, you practitioners, anyone who needs to, whiteboard to go. Okay. It simply is in sheets. It's like a plastic sheet. Okay. That, watch this. It peels off. Sticks to the wall. It's awesome. Great for presentations. Just letting you know. Another helpful advice from Stuart the Weapon Walter. Moving on. Right. There is 400-meter track. Got it? Number one athlete, under 17-year-old, 400-meter hurdles. Okay, there's the 400-meter hurdles. Now, this athlete was already number one in the country. Okay. When it first came to me, running 56.5. 56.5 for 400-meter hurdles, under 17, already number one in the country. Now, he was throwing up 2 days before an event. Throwing up, he was that nervous. Ask yourself the question, why, if someone throwing up and they're that good? He's crossing the finish line here. The next closest was 5 meters behind. If you think about that in a hurdles race, that's pretty big, right? 5 meters. Now, I worked with him. We got his focus right. Managed the nerves and doubts and fears. 4 sessions, each about a week apart. The 4th session was actually at the state titles. There's a great photo. He's sitting behind a retaining wall. I'm talking to him and his coach is sitting right directly opposite, entering the technical aspects of his race. Think about how you can bring the coaches into this as well. You get them nice and relaxed. You get the coach delivering all the technical information. You've got a winner. Because the best connection an athlete has got is their coach. You want rapport, go through the coach. You've got them. 4 sessions, each about a week apart. Think about this, number one in the country. 52.6. 3.9 second reduction. 3.9 seconds. In a month. Most athletes beat their personal best by 0.1 of a second, 0.2 of a second. 3.9, managing nerves and doubts and fears. Got it? I see someone's video is out the car window. That's awesome. Right, now how does that look? How does that look on track? You've now got 3.9 seconds ahead of where you used to be. How that looks, and then when I'm doing seminars, I do my how long is a piece of string question. Because guess what? Here it is, string line. I'll get someone to say, right, you go for a walk. And I'll show you exactly what 3.9 seconds looks like at his average running speed. .27 meter gain. 27. Annie, I can see your face. It's just dropped. 27.6 meters. Every one of you have got the abilities to be able to do this. You get them focused on what they want to achieve. You manage the nerves, the doubts, the fears. You give them self-belief. They smash the times. And you take the credit and the money. Got it. 27.6. Now, the benefit of this, so I'm just looking at time. I know I've got 5 minutes. Oh, I'll be fast. Right. So the benefit of this is if he's finishing there, these people were 5 meters behind. You would think the 5 meters plus the 27 would be 32 meters, wouldn't you? In maths, yes. In life, no. 45 meters. 45, because the opposition looked at him and said, what is he doing? We're not. They put pressure on themselves. They went backwards, a net loss of 13 meters. That's the ultimate way to play mind games with your opponents. Go and win. Simple. Right, I'm on the back. Right, where am I? Share screen. Hope you're all passionate about this one, because you probably guess I'm passionate. I love this stuff. Okay, and there's nothing better when you know the stories, you know the background, you know these people, and they're the results you get. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that. How's this for slide transition? Right. Seen it, seen it, seen it. Gonna have a bit of flash shortly. Okay, managing nerves and doubts and fears. That's what happens. Now, my gift to you, 17th of March, 2010, this joke came to me. Instead, I write in my diary every night. I went, why? You've done it. It's history. Why not write what you did tomorrow? Think about your neural pathways. Think about how the brain works. When you go to bed, what are you doing? Your brain is thinking about stuff. Everything in the past, everything you've ever done, thought, dreamt, understood, remembered, experienced, it's still back there. Everything positive is within you. It's been processed. Therefore, everything that's back there is unprocessed. So when you write in your diary at night, this is a concept I created at the time. I said, Nick, write tomorrow in advance. How does that look? I woke up. I felt awesome. I went to pick up my new golf clubs. As soon as I put my hands around them, I can feel that these are the ones. When I got to the golf course, I was so relaxed. Every ball landed exactly where I imagined. The sound of them leading. And I thought, that's pretty good. That's a great concept. Spoke about it with my friend and went, right, I want to put this little article, this process up on your website. She was a Busy Mums Fitness Club at the time. It went nuts. People started asking questions. How do you write it? When do you write it? What context? Past tense, in the future? So I started creating a 1-page to a 3 to a 15 to a 30-page booklet. With this, I was stapling it and giving it to each one of my clients until one of my clients said, you know, this would be an awesome book. I went, yeah, cool. So there was me the next day, wrote in my diary at night. Today, got to publish it for my book. Got to publish it for my book. Write in my diary, bang, 40 minutes later, bang, publisher. Guess what? Oh, there it is. 1 month later, publisher for the book. Okay, the Dear Diary process, and everyone is going to get the ebook version copy of it. So you write and use it for your clients. If you want to use it for clients, let me know. I'll give you the approval. Okay, but for yourselves, this is my gift to you. Write in your diary tonight. Tonight, what's going to happen in advance for tomorrow. I woke up, I felt, I did, I noticed this client, this person, I reacted this way to this situation, change this, change that. It's an incredible process that you can use to transform your life. Every one of my athletes uses this process. I use it on a daily basis. It's sitting over there in the mornings for me. I reread it in the morning. The Dear Diary process, it's not journaling. It's not going into how you felt. This is going into creating tomorrow today. Last thing before you go to bed, as you're doing that, guess what you're doing? Your mind is processing neuroplasticity, intentions and emotions. Your brain knows exactly what you're going to do tomorrow and you know what the outcome is going to be. So you're going to sleep deeper, knowing how tomorrow was in advance. 3 new clients, 2 new people. This client finally found a way to break through. The neural pathways are going to work for you. You have this incredible CEO in your head. It knows exactly the processes you need to do. When you trust that gut instinct, go with it, you'll get the direction. So this will be all available for you. The other thing is if you want to as well, I'm sure Trish will do it, is copy the presentation if you want. We'll get a copy of that presentation too if anyone wants to download it. Go to Stuart at Elite Mindset. Oh, hang on, I'll disappear so I can read it. Stuart at elitemindsetinstitute.com.au. And if you want to, yeah, that Dear Diary process is there. If anyone is interested, I know I'm probably not here to do a major thing, a sell job, but I do have an Athlete Seeker Weapon approved practitioner mentoring program. I work with quite a few other hypnotherapists. As long as you're trained hypnosis and NLP, I can take you the rest of the way. So once you've done your training, bang, I'm ready to play and help you through this. If you want to have a real profession and industry in this industry, love to help you. This is my gift. I want to give back and help more people. Okay, so look, I really appreciate that. I know we're pretty much right on time now. So if there's any questions or anything, feel free to email me, or if there's anything now, Trish, what do you want to do?
So we do have to move on because we have the next speaker coming up. So, but
Yeah,
please
cool.
reach out to Stuart. He's on LinkedIn. You can email him via his webpage. You know, just reach out to him and ask all the questions. Okay, guys? Absolute professional. So yeah.
Sometimes. Thanks.
So thank you so much for that, Stuart. Thank you so much. I will talk to you in the future. Okay, darling?
You're welcome. Thanks, Trish. Thanks,
Right.
John. Thanks, everyone
See you,
else. It's been
darling.
a pleasure.
All
Bye-bye.
right, so Bianca Skillbeck's in the next chat, so please go over to the webpage, click on the Zoom link button that she has under her picture. See you, everybody.